All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeftTV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to the Brickyard. This is TurnLeftTV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series heads to Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the crown jewel of motorsports. It's 100 laps tonight, 250 miles. It's race number 7 of that High Octane Racing League IndyCar Series season. Who is going to take home the victory here in this coveted track? It's a fast one. Going to have to be on the ball here tonight. It's all going to be live right here on TurnLeftTV. Well, the IndyCar Series in action at the crown jewel of motorsports, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. 100 laps here tonight, and it's all live right here, flag-to-flag coverage on TurnLeftTV. All right, hey, thanks so much for coming in here tonight. We have got a good one for you. It's Indy. Just a few minutes, a little under 2 minutes left to go in the practice session. Thanks so much for coming in. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, the broadcast commentator. This is High Octane Racing League's IndyCar Series. This is TurnLeftTV. It's race number 7, 250 miles here tonight, 100 laps at this famed oval located in the heart of the Midwest. Of course, we'll take a look at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway track here. Banking in the turns at 9.2 degrees, down the straights at 0. I really think you can think about this as one big rectangle. So this is going to be a great race here tonight at Indy in the IndyCar Series. And you're going to see huge speeds. Thank you for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Peace to everybody out there. Hey, it's the weekend. It is the weekend, and we've got a great race here for you tonight. 17 drivers joining us so far, and I would suspect there are going to be a few more coming in shortly. And again, thanks for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. Peace to everybody out there. Hope everybody's behaving themselves and enjoying the nice weather we have here in the United States so far. And it's going to get really hot, though, I think, up in the upper Midwest. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Please share my videos with all your friends, and don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Always look at that stuff. Again, we got a good one for you here tonight with Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and I think a lot of guys can win this race. So this is one of those tracks where a lot of guys check this off on their bucket list. Is one of these tracks that they want to win a race on. So we've got flag-to-flag coverage here for you tonight here in the IndyCar Series, and I think we're getting ready to go over to the qualification session. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Got 3 self-managed server packages available for you to choose from, not only in the United States, but actually other parts of the world too. But this is a good contact to get a hold of Elite Hosting. Go to EliteHostingUSA.com, and if you're interested in having an rFactor 2 server for your league. We'll take a look at the season standings coming into tonight's race. After 6 races, Ricardo Almeida in control, last season's champion. Looking to do a repeat. Dennis Lisinko second in points. A tight battle there with Alexander Meshkov, who's just 2 points back there in third. Dan Richter fourth in points. Nikolai Bezrikov, our GT3 specialist, fifth in points here in the IndyCar Series. Zach Munkacy, good run for him last week, or 2 weeks ago at Gateway. Finished in the second position, so he's sixth in points. Stephen Miller seventh. Eugene Zagladko is eighth. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is ninth in points, and Pavel Andrzejewski is in 10th.
A lot of soul.
So those are the point standings coming into tonight's race. Take a look at Dennis Lisinko and his qualification attempt. Later tonight, we have the Iowa Speedway race in the Saturday Night Thunder. 133 laps here, race number 7 of the season. A little bit different mix here with this track. So this will be an interesting one. Again, starts at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's the Saturday Night Thunder at Iowa Speedway coming up tonight. .752, Dennis Lisinko. Currently second on the grid. Let's take a little look at Will Dunbar here in the 69 car. His qualification attempt right now 6th on the grid. .542. Scrubbing off a little bit of speed there in that second lap. How about this? Georgia Ardunian join us in here right now, 3rd on the grid. Fourth on the grid there for Artunian. About a 10th and a half off the pace. 15.769 was that sector. .970. Artur Vieta coming out here and racing with us tonight here in the 14 car. His outlap. Bezrikov, the top time, 39.691. Artur did really well last night in that stock car race, the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. Take a look at that time there, 40.120, sixth on the grid. Tell you what, Ricardo Almeida here is waiting a little bit before he does his qualification attempt. Got Danilo Coelho. .159. The Bushwhacker Series will be back in action next week, June 11th on Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for race number 1 of the season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Season 3 of 2021 and Atlanta, hot Atlanta, 100 laps coming up in the Bushwhacker Series this Friday. So what, Danilo Coelho right now 8th on the grid. About Alexander Meshkov here in the 7 car. Definitely going to be a factor here tonight. Almeida out on the track as well here with just under 3 minutes left to go. Meshkov 39.826, 4th on the grid. Jump here to Ricardo Almeida, our points leader coming into tonight's race. Let's see where he ends up. 39.638, a new top time. Almeida just sandbagging there, waiting. Just waiting for other guys to get out there to see if he can't let the air out of the balloon. So Almeida, the top time here, 39.638. Bezrikov bumped down to the 2nd position. Once qualifications are finished, I'll have to do a little bit of a driver's meeting. So we'll hear some music. Kind of like you are now. So 39.604. Top time here, Ricardo Almeida. Lucas Simpner still out there looking to maybe qualify as well. .568, dropping that time. About Luca Simpner here. His qualification attempt. Gonna be lucky to get a lap in here. I don't know if he's gonna end up making a lap here. We'll see. 39.568 is that time, and I don't know. Let's see if he gets a timed lap in. .159. It does give him a time lap. That does it for qualifications. Ricardo Almeida, the pole sitter. Bezrikov 2nd, Lysenko 3rd. Bezrikov starts in the 4th position when Casey will start 5th. All right, we're going to do a little driver's meeting here. All right. Hey, thanks so much. Being patient there. Had to do the drivers' meeting during the live broadcast. So 17 drivers here. A couple drivers have joined, I believe, since qualifications. Get a lively chat going on here. Todd Robillard joining us here. I bet he's having a brewski. What do you think, Todd Robillard having a brewski right now? John Stanley coming in here to apologize. I think John's in the race here today. At least he was. He was in the serve a little bit ago. Maybe he left. Decided not to race here at Indy. Preston Hassel coming in. Michael Brooks has got... is he going to pick who he... Oh, he's got Colin Matiak as his guy to win the race. Well, I tell you what, man, it's a tough one, huh? A tough one to pick a winner here. Tell you what, here's who I'm going to pick. My pick will be Alexander Meshkov here tonight to win this race. I know he did an Indy race last week, so fresh in his mind about this track. So I think he really likes this track. He likes Indy cars. Meshkov pretty much gets in and drives anything and everything, to be honest with you. But he's always a regular in the IndyCar series. So that's my pick to win this race. John Stanley says things too happen too quickly for him to race IndyCars. He scares himself. That's funny. So we got just under 7 minutes left to go here in the warm-up session. All right, let's take a look at the session standings, the qualification session. See, Ricardo Almeida qualifies on the pole there, 39.568. Nikolai Bezhikov outside pole in second. Denis Lysenko starts in the third position. Meshkov, my pick to win the race tonight, starts in the fourth position. Zach Munkacy, good race last 2 weeks ago at Gateway. Good run for him, starts in the fifth position. Georgi Aratunian, coming out here, good to see him. Starts in the sixth position. Artie Vieto starts seventh. Givaldo Spindola starts in the eighth position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in ninth. Danilo Coelho starts in the 10th position. In 11th is Eugene Zagladko. Starting in the 12th position, Colin Matiak. Lucas Simpner starts 13th. Will Dunbar 14th. Stephen Miller starts 15th. And Dennis Yudichin starts in the 16th position. Take a look at the schedule. Next week, we'll be at Phoenix, race number 8, followed by Kansas, and then finishing out the season on June the 26th at Richmond. So we're really on the back half of that season, and tonight's race, super important here. Indy, not only because of bragging rights, but points championship as well. About 2 minutes left to go here in warm-up. Well, who got the big win at Gateway? It was a little bit of a mess, but Ricardo Almeida, surprise, surprise, comes out on top there. He had a challenge from Zach Munkacy to try to get his first win. But Ricardo Almeida outlasted Zach Munkacy and brings home the victory at Gateway. Zach Munkacy finishing in second position. Good run from him. Stephen Miller third. Zagladko fourth. Meshkov. Actually, Richter finished in the fifth position. One thing is for sure is that our man is hard to beat, that's for sure. Ricardo Almeida, hard to beat. Now 18 drivers here joining us. All right, get ready, boys and girls. It's that time. It is that time. Indy, baby. 100 laps here tonight. Race number 7 from Indy. 100 laps, 250 miles. Who's going to bring home the victory here tonight?
Attention grid, will all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
All right, strap yourself in here. It is Indy, so we'll take a look at the starting order. Ricardo Almeida starts in P1 in the 28. Nikolai Bezhikov starts in the second position. Denis Lysenko in the 10 car starts third. Meshkov starts in the 4th position in that 7 car. Zachman Casey starts in 5th. In the 29, Georgie Artunian in the 11 car starts in the 6th position. Artie Vieira is 7th. Givaldo Spindola starts in the 8th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. starts in the 9th position. Danilo Coelho starts in 10th. Eugene Zagladko starts in the 11th position. Colin Matiak starts 12th. 13th is Lucas Simpner. Will Dunbar in the 69 car starts 14th. Stephen Miller will start in the 15th position. Dennis Udichin starts in 16th. Sergei Butsev will be 17th. And Rinaldi Ito starts in the 18th position. Welcome to Rinaldi for coming out here. Thank you for coming out tonight. All right, 100 laps. Try to get a good position here. Get a groove going on here. And make sure you're there at the end. Good pit stops. Kind of a funky pit road speed, 56 miles an hour. Looks like they're doing 2 laps of caution here, or pace laps. You get 18 drivers here joining us. Really got to think that, you know, your key players here, Bezrikov, Almeida, Lysenko is always a factor too, Meshkov. When Casey, I tell you what, man, the IndyCar series has really been kind to him. He's done some great work, and he's gotten that car up front here in 5th. Georgie Artunian, that GT3 specialist, driving the Bentley in the GT3 series, and he's coming out here in the IndyCar series and making it happen, starting in the 6th position. Artie Vieira, as I've said time and time again, this guy can get in and drive any car, make it competitive. So we will see how this works out for him. Pace car, the lights are out. All right, here we go. Pace car is in. Off to green.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Dennis Udichin assigned a penalty for exiting the server last week during the race from the racing surface. And Bezrikov out to the lead, jumps out to the lead there. Lysenko now in 2nd, so he's showing some muscle here early on, running in P2. Nikolai Bezrikov leading the field. Almeida's dropped back to the 3rd position. Munkasey is in 4th. Hard to get out of here, trying to hold off a charge there, but Georgie Artunian. Good battle there between the two of those guys on board here with Artie Vieira as Georgie Artunian picks up that 5th position. Meshkoff falling back to that 7th position. Another one of those cars we got to be looking at here tonight. Ricardo Almeida has climbed back up there to the 2nd position. Take a look at this pass here that Almeida put on Dennis Lisinko. Lisinko there closing in on the race leader. Now Ricardo Almeida looking to pick up another spot here.
Yellow.
We got a yellow flag here. Well, I thought we had some good stuff going on. 4 laps in, first yellow flag. So guys getting wound up here, waiting on the safety car. So first caution flag, looks like Lucas Simpner might have been involved. Eugene Zaglotko might have been involved in this as well. See what happened here. Oh, it was contact right there. More contact. Oh, and then both of those guys hard into the wall, collect some other drivers there as well. Okay, we'll take a look at this again. See Spindola gets into Zaglotko. Now Zaglotko might have been making a move down to the inside, but those guys make more contact. Coelho misses that. And Zaglotko, Stephen Miller get into one another and then come across the track here. And then Simpner, Butsev both in this mix as well. Oh, Butsev almost escapes, but not quite there for him. Zaglotko here after it happened. He's trying to get through. He almost gets taken out there. On board here with Givaldo Spindola. Right there, you see those guys getting together. And then all heck breaking loose behind. Just watch this here as this slow-mo there. Right there, it looked like actually Stephen Miller in that low lane got tagged. And then more contact, so Zaglotko and Miller get together on that one. Going back here to live feed. So first caution flag. Looks like a little bit of a contact there between Eugene Zaglotko, Stephen Miller. I don't know if Zaglotko may have touched the apron or exactly what transpired there, but he definitely came up into Stephen Miller. And we are getting some guys coming down pit lane here. We take a look. Vieira, Coelho, Spindola. Butsev has got a ton of damage. Stephen Miller also coming down. He's got some damage. So hopefully this doesn't start a wave of caution flags. Don't forget, later on tonight we have The High Octane Racing League Saturday Night Thunder at Iowa Speedway. A little bit different twist here to the normal schedule. So throwing in Iowa where the Cup cars don't actually race at. But this will be a fun one. Alex Cootie's done a great job on this track, and it's going to be a lot of fun. 133 laps. Race number 7 of that second season of 2021. It's the Saturday Night Thunder headed your way at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So Zugladko making his pit stop there, going to be starting at the tail end of the field, or in the back of the field. Guys getting woed up there. Yes, guys started getting too wide, and you saw, somebody kind of lose the back end of that car, drift up, and get into another driver. So, to be very careful there early on in the run. Hopefully, they get this one caution flag out of the way, and that's all. Let's see some green flag pit stops, some good strategy. So far, Ricardo Almeida, Nikolai Bezhikov are our two leaders here today. Lasenko in third, Casey fourth. Georgi Aratunian in the 5th position. Meshkov in 6th. Matiak 7th. Bardelli Jr. in the 8th position. Reynaldi Ito is in 9th. Arta Vieira is 10th. Reynaldi had contacted me on Discord, wanted to know if he would be able to race this. Absolutely. Read the rules and agree to follow the rules, and you come on out. Ain't getting the one to go. Single file restarts. Zugladko coming down pit lane here to do his drive-through as these guys coming by. So he will start at the tail end of the field. Probably has a little damage there he's gotten repaired. So my pick to win this race is Alexander Meshkov, and he right now is running in the 6th position. Take a look at Alexander. Does some live streaming from his cockpit usually when he runs, and also should mention Claudio Bardelli Jr. out here too. He does some live streaming from his cockpit. Also Zachman Casey too. So those 3 guys, take a look at those guys on Twitch and YouTube. All right, here we go. Back to green, here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green here at Indy. Tell you what, man, getting a little chippy back there with Meshkov, Matiak, and Bardelli Jr. 3 guys were in fact, swapping a little paint there. Starting to get a little serious up here as well. Take a look at the Nikolai Bezhikov running in the 2nd position. Out of the back of his machine, there's opened up a little bit of the gap there on P3. And he is now making a move on Ricardo Almeida. Side by side into the turn. Take a look at Dennis Lasenko and Zachman Casey. Casey looking to get around and take over P3, but Dennis Lasenko slamming the door. We got another yellow flag here. Another yellow flag. So, man, this series has been just plagued by yellow flags. Get a couple guys there involved. Artivier looked like he might have been involved in this. That has been really the biggest problem with this. Is just repeated yellow flags. Take a look and see what happened here. It's like Ito there may have came across the nose of Artiviera. And then secondary contact right there. Ito's connection is very suspect. We'll take a look here as Vieira on the inside. Ito there chops down across the front. Right there, and it might not have been any contact. It looked like Ito is losing the back end of that car, and that thing gets swirly, and then contact there. So, wow, it looks like he might have lost the back end of that car. All right, our top five: Almeida, Bezrikov, Lasinko, Moncasi, Matiak. Artunian, Bardelli Jr., Meshkov, Miller, and Ito rounding out the top 10. Now, Ito is going to have to start at the tail end of the field. The rule that he was...
We'll be open this time for the last car.
So he will start at the back end of the field. And the Bushwhacker Series, I don't know, what was I saying? The Bushwhacker Series headed your way next week for the next season, starting that new season. Race number 3, season number 3, race 1 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 100 laps. Going to be a great series. Always is. We had a fantastic finale last night at Las Vegas. And hoping to carry on that great racing that we see at in the Bushwhacker Series. The live stream will begin at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on TurnLeftTV. That's Friday, June 11th. I want to say congratulations to Paul Brown on winning Season 2 championship last night at Las Vegas. So the 77 car chalks up another championship. And again, congratulations to him. We'll take a look at that schedule here in the Bushwhacker Series. Of course, Atlanta starting it off. Iowa Speedway coming up after that on June the 18th. Then Texas, Daytona on July the 2nd. Palm Springs, that's Homestead, July the 9th. See Bristol Riverside, the road course on July the 23rd. Good track there. Nashville Super Speedway on July the 30th. Chicagoland Speedway, cookie cutter there. Headed your way on August the 6th. And Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard. 70-lap race there to finish out the season on August the 13th. So getting a couple guys here coming down pit lane to take some service. "15 laps, 2 caution flags." And again, this is what's plagued this series. A lot of guys are starting to request, hey man, let's just do another, some other series here because, for some reason, for whatever reason here, it's been just plagued with caution flags. Certainly not reflective of the caliber of driver that we have here. I think you got a little bit of a lack of preparation with some of these guys. I know last week at Gateway we had a lot of self-spins. So a lot of lack of laps, lack of seat time. And then also maybe just a little bit too high up on the aggressive meter for some of these drivers. They start really taking risks that they probably shouldn't be taking. And considering that you got drivers from all around the world here with varied connections too, you want to give a lot of room. And we haven't really seen that for the most part in this series.
It'll be 1 to go this time by.
Right, getting the 1 to go. Almeida the leader, Bezrikov second, Lisinko third. Casey will start in the 4th position. Colin Matiak will start 5th. Michael Brooks choosing Colin Matiak here to win the race tonight. So the 1 to go has been given, so going green this time by. Pace car coming in this time. Ricardo Almeida will lead the field to take the green flag here to start lap 17.
Green flag, go, go, go.
Almeida down to the inside there as Bezrikov has a good run, and Dennis Lisinko following him through. There might have been a little bit of contact there with Zach Casey and Ricardo Almeida side by side with those guys. Looking out of the back of Ricardo Almeida's machine at Zach Casey. So Almeida now back to the 3rd position as Dennis Lisinko has picked up a spot. Lisinko maybe going for the race lead here. He's to the inside of Nikolai Bezrikov. Lisinko now to the race lead. Bezrikov in 2nd. Ricardo Almeida now back to the 3rd position. Georgi Aratunian is up to the 4th spot. Take a look at Georgi Aratunian in a pass. He gets on Zach Casey down to the inside there. Casey gives him a lot of room, and he picks up P4. Georgi Aratunian continuing to move forward here. Now he's starting to put a little pressure on Nikolai Bezrikov. Almeida now back up to the 2nd position. Bezhikov now losing 2 positions. He's back to 4th. He's going to do a crossover move, try to get back that 3rd position. He's to the inside. Georgi Aratunian now in 4th as Bezhikov in the 23 car takes back over 3rd position. Take a look at Artur Vieira here. He had pitted. He had a little bit of damage on that accident between he and Ronaldo Ito, and now picking up the 12th position. Alexander Meshkov. Sergei Butsev way up the track. Oh, Sergei makes a little contact with the outside wall. Meshkov makes that pass. Butsev tacks in the 10th position. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Colin Matiak here battling it out. Colin Matiak on the outside line. Bardelli Jr. down to the inside. Bardelli Jr. picks up that spot, now up to the 6th position. Matiak now back to 7th. Lucas Simpner trying to bounce back here. Got involved in an earlier accident, the first accident of the day. Just got victim of circumstance, and he's going to make a pass here on Danilo Coelho. So Lucas Simpner now in the 15th position. Artur Vieira and Eugene Zaglatko battling it out. Zaglatko up on the high line as Artur Vieira makes that pass. Now Artur up to the 11th position. Continuing to climb up the track, or up the grid. So Ricardo Almeida back to the lead. Lysenko 2nd. Bezhikov is 3rd. And he has got Georgi Aratunian all over him now. Georgi Aratunian making that pass. So Aratunian, our Bentley driver in the GT3 series, coming out here and driving the IndyCars, has that car into 3rd position. Danilo Coelho, he is battling Lucas Simpner, trying to get that spot back. So Danilo looking to move up here and picks up the 15th position as Simpner has to tuck in back in the 16th spot. Stephen Miller, Colin Matiak here battling it out. Stephen Miller on the inside line, Colin Matiak on the outside line. Matiak might have made contact with the outside wall. Actually, that is now Miller getting around Claudio Bardelli Jr. Take a look at this pass here and watch Colin Matiak. He's on the outside, and he might have run out of room here. He might have made some oh, man, both those guys making contact. Not only Matiak, but Bardelli Jr. also making some hard contact with the outside wall. Just on board here with him. He's just going to run out of room. But there, and I think it might have been a little shocking for him. Actually, that was, oh, right there, he smacks the wall. So Almeida, the leader. He has got some, I think he's got some real competition here tonight. You're looking at Lysenko, who's a good IndyCar racer, Aratunian, Bezhikov. Those guys right there are top of the game. Right now, about 2.5 seconds down. But keep your eye on those guys. 25 laps in. Those guys showing a lot of muscle here. Givaldo Spindola and Eugene Zaglatko here battling it out. Spindola up on the outside line. Oh, that's tight right there. That is tight. Oh, and he runs out of room. Absolutely runs out of room right there. And he is going to have some pretty significant damage. So Zaglatko held him off. This is right here on board Zaglatko, and then Spindola makes contact with the wall. Zaglatko gets by. Colin Matiak here trying to bounce back. He made contact with the wall. He and Claudio Bardelli Jr. both did. Matiak to the outside line. Bardelli Jr. on the inside. Good battle there. Bardelli Jr. might have touched the apron just a little bit. Bezrikov and Georgi Aratunian getting after it. Bezrikov to the inside, Aratunian up on the outside. These guys have got a lot of laps together here in the GT3 series as well, and I would suspect they're going to be back once we start that series up again. But look at that side-by-side racing right there. And Georgi Aratunian holds on to, or actually gets that spot as Bezrikov gives up the third position. Now back to fourth, but he's trying back. He's on the outside line. Oh, man, they're wheel to wheel there coming around the turn. Wheel to wheel. As Aratunian holding on. Bezrikov now back to the fourth position. Artuveta Kalamatiak here battling it out. Vieira to the inside, Kalamatiak on the outside line. Oh, crowding each other right there. A little crowding each other, maybe taking a little stock car action that they were engaged in last night and carrying it over to the IndyCar series. They are side by side down the front stretch. Vieira leading that lap there. Vieira pulling off that pass. Matiak has to tuck in. Great racing there. Alexander Meshkov, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Meshkov to the inside. Participated in that official Studio 397 event last week at Indy. Did a great job now running in P9. Stephen Miller on the inside of Zach Munkacy. Stephen Miller, oh man, that got tight right there as well. That got, oh, both those guys smacking the wall. There might have been contact as they came around. Watch this. And Casey, I think, wasn't going to give him an inch. So McCasey comes down here and they might have made some wheel-to-wheel contact right here. Might have been some contact, I don't know, man, but they definitely did not come off at a good angle, and both those guys smacking the wall right here. Oh, hard contact for both those guys. Danilo Coelho and Givaldo Spindola here battling it out. Danilo to the inside, picking up P15. Spindola back to 16th. Great racing here. Under green, that is a, oh, did I say that? Did I say it? So Almeida the leader. Lisenko is second. Aratunian third. Bezrikov in fourth. Take a look at Stephen Miller here running in the fifth position. Good top five run for him. Had to start in the back here from penalty from last week. So Stephen Miller right now in P5. Zach Munkacy running in the sixth position. A good run here for him. Again, he finished second last week. Had a heck of a run, 2 weeks ago at Gateway. So looking to continue that streak there of putting together some good runs. So right now running in sixth. Artie Vieira has moved his car up to the seventh position. Lucas Simpner and Ronaldi Ito getting after it here. Simpner in the 20 car just on the bottom line there, touches the apron. Will Dunbar here making a pass. Will Dunbar running in 16th. Now getting by Givaldo Spindola. Spindola making more contact with the outside wall, and that thing has got to be boogered up for him. Will Dunbar now in 16th. Eugene Zaglotko in the 33 car to the inside. Getting by Sergei Butsev. Butsev had a pretty significant amount of contact earlier in the race, and we'll see how that fares for him. So Almeida has about a half a second lead over P2. Lysenko running in second. Artunian third. Bezhikov is in fourth. So those guys kind of got it figured out a little bit. Miller in fifth. Benkesi, Vieira, Madiak, Meshkov, and Bardelli Jr. rounding out the top 10. It's been a good run here for these guys. Dennis Udichin is on pit lane taking some service here, so probably an unscheduled pit stop there for him. We'll take a look at that Sergei Butsev. Trying to bounce back there. Pretty significant contact earlier in the race. Not of his doing. He was just sort of a victim of circumstance, but keeps plugging away. Right now in the 13th position. Lucas Simpner just behind him in 14th. This guy's starting to get a little racy there ahead of him. That is actually, that might be Dennis Udichin, who has come off pit lane. Let's take that back. Eugene Zaglatko and Reynaldi Ito, Claudio Bardelli Jr. So these guys starting to close in here. We're on board here with Sergei Butsev running in P13. Oh, man, is he... I must be a jinx. Every time I do that, somebody hits the wall. Look at this, as Lucas Simpner sees that, and he's going to try to take advantage of that. He doesn't, not able to make that pass as Butsev is still holding on to the draft there. Take a look at Dennis Lysenko, and he has now climbed up all over the back of Ricardo Almeida. On board here with the 10 car. And we got a yellow flag here. I was just thinking, oh, how nice it's been to have this long green flag run. Looks like Zaglatko and Butsev get together. So we had a good green flag run right there. As Ricardo Almeida will take the caution flag, and I see a wing on the track, so somebody has some pretty significant damage here. We'll see what happened. Oh man, Zaglatko comes across the track and gets into Butsev, I believe. That might have been Butsev coming across the track. Take a look here. Oh, there was some contact right there. So that was Zaglatko. He missed the turn. He gets into the inside wall right there. Hard contact for him. And he comes back around across the track. And Butsev has nowhere to go. Tries to avoid contact for him. And he is in big trouble. So this guy's, that's not natural. Udichin looks like he DNFs. Man, Butsev just had nowhere to go. On board here with Sergei Butsev, you see the Zaglatko coming back up across the track and then smacks into Sergei Butsev. Butsev nowhere to go on that. Looks like Dennis Udichin has overheated his car, and he has retired his machine. What a tough break there. So what I'm seeing pretty much is, some of these guys just a little bit too much speed coming off the turns. They're drifting up into the wall. It looks like the exit of turn 2, exit of turn 4, pretty much the same deal. Running out of room. Got to back up that turn, especially when the tires start to get worn out a little bit. Got a good little run there. 39 laps in. Third caution flag. Don't forget the High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series gets back into action for season number 3 next week on June the 11th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 100 laps there. And that will be a great, great series. Always is.
Pit road will be open this time for these last cars.
So getting some pit stops here happening. Sinfer staying out here. Will Dunbar also staying out. I think Sinfer wanting to lead a lap, get some points. Ricardo Almeida finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Colin Matiak finishing up his pit stop. Now we've got some drivers on pit road. Sergei Butsev still on pit road taking service, so he had some pretty significant damage that he needs to get repaired.
Pit road will be open this time.
So Sinfer is the leader. Now, I would suggest to you he's going to be coming down pit lane here at some point. Look at that. We got a wing there on the track. So, guys going to have to be very careful about that.
It'll be one to go.
All right, getting to one to go this time by. We have some guys tucking down pit lane here as Luca and Will who stayed out. Butsev still looks like he's coming back out on track here. He's in 16th, 2 laps down. 15 cars on the lead lap. You're on lap 42. Well, really, once we worked through the first part of that that last green flag run, really got interesting. Things got settled down a little bit, and we got some good green flag laps in. So we have one to go here. We are going to go green this time by. Around turn 4. Pace car is off. Here we go.
Green flag, go, go, go.
All right, back to green. Will Dunbar gets a penalty for some reason. These guys getting after it, man, as Lisinko takes the race lead. Aratunia in second, man. These guys getting after it right now. Bezhikov and Almeida swapping spots around. Almeida now got that third and back to third as he lost the race lead on the restart. Now trying to pick up P2, racing Georgi Aratunia down the backstretch. Take a look at Archivieta here. He is, oh, we got somebody up on the wall there. Somebody's in the wall. Might have been Rinaldi. Ito, he might have made contact with the wall. There was contact. And Ito went for a ride here. We'll take a look. Zachman Casey in this mix. Looks like he and Stephen Miller get into one another right there. And Rinaldi Ito goes up the track and smacks the wall. On board here with Stephen Miller watching this action. Stephen Miller there going up the track just a little bit. And both those guys sort of trying to occupy the same real estate there. It looked like one goes up, one goes down, and Ito making contact with the wall. Stephen Miller now trying to get around Colin Matiak. Matiak on the outside line, Stephen Miller on the inside line. A lot of room right there. Matiak sticking to his guns on the outside line. Side-by-side racing right there. This is for the 8th position. Stephen Miller on the inside line. Colin Matiak on the outside line. And more side-by-side racing. Matiak there tucks in, now in 9th. Got a battle for the race lead, Georgi Aratunian. Dennis Lisinko battling it out. Aratunian to the inside, and he now is the race leader. Lisinko back to second. Lisinko now wants that spot back. He's down to the inside line, trying to get this spot back here as Aratunian picks up that spot. Oh, look at that. Ricardo Almeida might have gotten the grass a little bit. This is Claudio Bardelli Jr. here trying to make a pass, getting around Danilo Coelho. And this thing is getting chippy right now.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We've got a yellow flag. I had a feeling things were going to get a little crazy right there. Now look at that. We've got wrecking cars still. Coelho, Spindola, Ito, all in this. Spindola is in the inside at the grass right there. And then, oh man, hard contact right there. Coelho gets taken out. Ito also gets taken out. Coelho's got a ton of damage. Pieces everywhere. Take a look here. This is a little bit earlier. This is Ronaldo Ito. And you see Spindola gets in the grass, comes across the track, gets in the grass again, loses the back end of this, and then comes across the track and gets into Danilo. And man, Ito is just a victim of circumstance right there. Lucas Simpner watching his out of the front of his machine. This is going to happen. He gets caught up in that a little bit too. So, wow, that was a busy. So we're going back to live here as we see Georgi Artunian the leader, Lysenko second, Bezhikov is third. Almeida fourth, Meshkov in fifth.
Pit road will be open this time. That car.
We'll take a look at the leaders, or the standings halfway. Georgi Artunian P1, Lysenko second, Bezhikov third, Ricardo Almeida fourth, Alexander Meshkov fifth, Zachman Casey in the sixth position, Artie Vietor seventh, Stephen Miller up to the eighth position, Colin Madiak ninth, Claudio Bardelli Jr. rounding out the top 10 here halfway in. So we got some guys on pit lane taking service there. Danilo, also Rinaldi, Ito, Givaldo, Spindola, all on pit lane taking service. Just two cars out of the race. Take a look at the schedule here. Of course, today, Indianapolis. Next week, Phoenix Raceway. That'll be a great one. Always is in the IndyCar series. I love this track in IndyCars. I had a good race there with NASCAR BR, actually. IndyCar BR, NASCAR BR. And at Phoenix, I had a lot of fun. I think Thomas Golem actually joined me for that race, and we were doing pretty well here. I sped on pit lane, I think. It was my problem, and I had to make an unscheduled pit stop, do a drive-through. And that hurt me, but nonetheless, love Phoenix. Kansas after that on June the 19th, and then Richmond International on June the 26th. So we take a look at Artunian, the leader. Lisinko second, Bezrikov third, Almeida fourth, Meshkov, my pick to win the race, is up to the 5th position. He's got a very challenging field there. Those top 4 just ahead of him are very, very fast. Don't forget about Zach Casey as well. He's running in the 6th position. Stephen Miller up to 7th. Siffner is in the 8th position. Will Dunbar 9th. Colin Madiak 10th. Saturday Night Thunder headed your way here in just a little while, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Iowa Speedway, 133 laps, race number 7 in the Saturday Night Thunder. The Cup cars in action tonight. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. Perfect for rFactor 2. 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com.
To go this time by.
So we're getting a 1 to go. This time by. That's good news. And thanks for coming out and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Peace to everybody out there. It's been a little bit of an eventful race. We had a nice, good green flag run. Let's see if we can put another one together here, get another green flag run in the books, and get some great racing going on. Again, thanks for joining me here on TurnLeftTV. And we've got half this race to go here in the IndyCar series, and some more racing later today in the Saturday Night Thunder. That's where the broadcaster gets out and races. So Artunian will lead the field to take this green flag. I think we're getting the 1 to go, although the lights are still on the pace car. I don't get that. All right, here we go. Pace car is off. On board here with Georgi Artunian. Nose to tail there. Everybody sort of being kind to one another. Meshkov looking to make a pass back there as well. But look at this. Got a battle for the lead. Lisinko down to the inside, and he's not going to be able to pull that off there. It looks like Artunian able to hold serve. Bezrikov in the 3rd position. Lisinko is 2nd. Meshkov in the 4th position. Take a look at Alexander Meshkov in the 4th spot, and that's 7 car. Zach Casey to the outside now of Meshkov. Ricardo Almeida in this mix. Ricardo wanting through. Oh, man, there might have been some contact there between Zach Casey, Ricardo Almeida. Oh, more contact. More contact right there. Take a look at this. Almeida got in the inside here, and he ends up getting into Casey. Right here, there's contact. Right there, and there's going to be more contact coming off the turn. Right here. Contact, Casey into the wall. Not too hard for him, but a little bit of contact for him. Stephen Miller. You're trying to get through. Stephen Miller to the inside. Contact here with Stephen Miller in the wall right there. No caution flag. Zach Casey and Stephen Miller get together. Watch this, coming into the turn. Casey. Miller hugging that line. When Casey and Miller get together, Miller losing the back end of that car. It looks like Kalamadiak makes contact as he comes through. One here, watch this on board here with Kalamadiak. There's contact right there where Munkasey and Madiak made a contact there as Munkasey was trying to hold on to that thing. On board here with Kalamadiak. These guys are getting crazy. So Stephen Miller coming down the front stretch here has a heck of a run. Now he's going to get underneath Zach Munkasey right here. And this is where it unfolds, I believe. Right there. Oh, and then Madiak cannot miss. We got a battle for the race lead again. Dennis Lisenko. Georgi Arutunian. Lisenko to the outside. Arutunian on the inside. Arutunian back to the race front. Take a look at Ricardo Almeida now climbing back up into the top 5. On board here with him in his 28 car. Meshkov just ahead of him in the 4th position. So Georgi Arutunian on the outside, and he's got Dennis Lisenko working on him out on the outside line. Lisenko has to play a little defense. Meshkov might have been sideways there, not sure what happened there. Let's see what happened. Oh, Almeida comes down and gets into Meshkov. Almeida pinched Meshkov down there a little bit, looked like. On board here with Ricardo Almeida. Watch this, going into the turn through the short chute. Alexander Meshkov might have, maybe he might have drifted up the track there. That was hard to say. Watch here coming through the short chute. Looks like he does get off the line there a little bit. Does a great job of hanging on to that thing. Nikolai Bezhikov. Dennis Lisenko battling it out. Georgi Arutunian the leader. Bezhikov to the outside trying to get around Dennis Lisenko. Bezhikov makes that pass. Lisenko now back to the 3rd position, looking out of the back of Nikolai Bezhikov's machine. Ricardo Almeida on the way. So Georgi Arutunian the leader. Bezhikov in 2nd. Lisenko 3rd. Almeida 4th. Bezhikov is in 5th. Good run there for Bezhikov in the 2nd position, looking to try to get around Georgi Arutunian. Arutunian holding on to P1. Bezhikov in 2nd. Lisenko is 3rd. Almeida now in the mix. Running in P4. Looking out of the front of Ricardo Almeida's machine in the 28. He probably got a little bit of damage. And as Michael Brooks had said, that maybe if these guys stop squabbling up front, they might end up running away from him. But he wants to see that racing going on. Make this a 4-car battle. Don't forget about Meshkov. He's in this mix too. He is 1.8 down. Now he's got a little bit of damage too, I believe. Almeida's got a good run here on Lysenko. Almeida now holding that inside line, is going to pick up that spot. I see Lysenko gave him a lot of room there instead of fighting through the turn.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Yellow flag here on lap 65. Looks like Danilo Coelho comes around. We'll see what happened here as Georgi Artunian taking the picking up the pace car. Oh man, he just in the inside wall and smacks that that pillar on the inside. My heavens, man, this was a lot of contact there. Just misjudged right there and makes contact. And, man, they really got the that worked out, don't they? Okay, Spindler is going to say, "Whoa, what happened there?" So that was one car caution there on Danilo. So we still got a car up there in the fence. Danilo is still up in the fence, and maybe he's trying to call for help. So very interesting there. Finally retires his machine. All right. Well, that was interesting. Got stuck up there on the wall after making contact with the pillar there, entering the wall. It looks like Givaldo might have lost his connection. Unfortunately for him.
Will be open this time. That car.
He was running in the 13th position, 14th position. We're getting some green flag pit stop, or excuse me, getting some caution flag pit stops underway. No green flag pit stops. I'm not even sure we've had any green flag pit stops this season. Maybe one race. So getting some pit stops underway. As you see. Zach Muncasey entering his pit box. Artiviera out on pit road. Look at that, man, that battle there. watch this battle on pit road. Almeida tucking in his pit stall there. Look at that heck of a battle right there off pit lane. Arte Vieta is shown as the race leader in the 14 car.
Pit road will be open this time.
Heck of a battle on pit lane. Arte Vieta there staying out to lead some laps, I believe. Simpner in second, Bezhikov third, Almeida fourth. So of those guys who've pitted, Bezhikov will be the race leader. I'm assuming these guys are going to come down pit lane. Bardelli Jr.'s got a cool paint scheme, man. I was looking at that earlier. Does a great job of, we got some hold up right there. Does a great job of getting his car painted up and looks great. Got the Senna tribute there. Kmart. So, flying around that car, looking at it. Got the representing Brazil and the Brazilian contingent. Looks nice. It's only missing the TurnLeftTV logo. So we'll have to dock him for that. Docking points for that. Now Vieta has not pitted here, so also Stephen Miller is one lap down, but he's at the front of the field right now in that Speed Details sponsor machine. He is one lap down on the tail end of the
It'll be one to go this time by.
we'll have to he's almost 2 laps down, I should say. Givaldo joining in the chat session said he lost his connection. Now, Arte Vieta is starting up front here. He's in the first position. Luca Simpner second. Oh, Luca tucks into pit lane here, I believe. But he came down pit lane there. Stephen Miller going to get one of those effectively a lap back, so he'll be 1 lap down, but now at the tail end of the field. Arte Vieta, the leader. Simpner second. Bezhikov third. Almeida fourth. Aratunian back to the 5th position after pit stops there, so got beat off pit lane. Lasenko 6th. Meshkov 7th. Ito 8th. Bardelli Jr. 9th. Munkasi is 10th. Now here is where it's going to get really, really interesting when you got some guys that haven't really been leading all night long here up front. Not to say that Arte Vieta is not a fully capable driver, but he has not been up front here, and he might be on a little bit older tires than some of these guys. And now you got Aratunian back to the 5th position. He's led a lot of laps here tonight.
Green flag, go, go, go.
We might have been behind the 8 ball here a little bit. What do you think? Oh, there we go. See, that's what happens, man. Somebody says I'm the best broadcaster in the business and I do stupid stuff like that. There you go. Back to green. As Arte Vieta, the leader, Simpner in second. Bezhikov wanting to get around. He's in the 3rd position. So Vieta out there, pretty good lead there for him. Bezhikov on the inside line trying to get around a machine. Lucas Simpner in second, Bezrikov third. Bezrikov pulling off that pass. He's got a little help there from Ricardo Almeida, who bails. They're going to go 3 wide here into the turn. They got to be real careful. Going to get tight right here. Everybody needs to hold their line, hold that lane. As Ricardo Almeida uses that outside line and gets by. Aratunian back up here as well. He's got a fast car. Simpner in a hornet's nest right now. Got a cluster of cars right here, man. Huge mistake could take out a lot of drivers. On board here with Lucas Simpner running behind Rinaldi Ito. We missed the start there on that restart. I apologize for that. So Archivieta, the leader, he is out to pretty decent little lead over Ricardo Almeida. Almeida is in the second position, 1.03 seconds back. He's got a battle with Bezrikov, and that's exactly what Almeida wants to, that Archivieta wants to see. He wants to see these guys getting after it here, side by side, Bezrikov and Almeida. Don't forget about Georgi Aratunian. He is in the 4th position. Those guys are running down Archivieta, but as long as they stay racy there, he's going to be able to buy more time. Rinaldi Ito here running in the 5th position. He and Dennis Lisenko getting after it. Rinaldi there losing it back into that car. Dennis Lisenko is going to go by. Colin Matiak here going to go by. Lisenko able to get by there as, watch this. Ito loses the back end of that car. Great catch by him, but Lisenko gets that move, makes that pass. Matiak's going to get by as well. Ricardo Almeida now battling Bezrikov again on the outside line. These guys wheel to wheel. Almeida back to second. Bezrikov had pulled off that pass a little bit earlier, but Almeida back to second. Zachman Casey trying to get by Rinaldi Ito. Rinaldi on the outside line. McCasey down on the inside line. Rinaldi picks up that pass, or that spot. Claudio Bardelli Jr. dives down to the bottom side. He's looking to try to get by. Oh, there might have been contact right there. Oh, man, Zachman Casey gets loose. Zachman Casey got loose, and he's going to lose a couple positions. Ito up the track. Man, that got crazy in a hurry right there. Watch this. This is Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Rinaldo Ito. They get together. Casey gets loose just ahead of him. And Casey comes out there, I think, smelling like a, Claudio Bardelli Jr. comes out of there smelling like a rose. Casey's down to the inside line here battling. He's trying to get by Bardelli Jr. And he does. Zachman Casey gets by. Almeida has now picked up the race lead here. We'll take a look at this pass. Almeida now catches up to Archivieta and pulls off this pass. Now to P1. Vieta on those older tires. Up the track there a little bit, now tucking in. And he's going to end up losing some more positions. Take a look here as Georgi Aratunian gets by. Bezrikov trying to get by on the high line. Archivieta tucking in now in the 4th position. Bezrikov and Aratunian going to get after it here. Will Dunbar, Will Dunbar smacks the wall here, gets off track a little bit. He hard contact with the outside wall. Back up here looking at Georgi Aratunian. Nikolai Bezrikov. Aratunian making that pass, and now moving to second. Bezrikov in third. Archivieta is fourth. Ricardo Almeida the leader. Zach Casey and Claudio Bardelli Jr. These guys race against each other in stock cars, and they're out here mixing it up in the Indy cars. Good side-by-side racing right there. Casey up on the high line, Bardelli Jr. down on the bottom line. Bardelli Jr. has that preferred line as they come around the turn. Bardelli Jr. takes that spot through the short chute. Playing a little defense there, coming around the turn. Casey might have made some contact with the wall there, coming down the front stretch. Casey running in the 7th position. He's now tucking down to the low side here, trying to get around Bardelli Jr. Bardelli Jr. stepping on the gas on the outside line and holds him off. Back up here up front, Ricardo Almeida. Those guys keep slugging it out behind as Michael Brooks is pointing out that they're losing their chance to be able to win this race. Here's 81 laps in, and Almeida's starting to run away here as those guys fight behind him. Rinaldi Ito, he's in this mix now, running for the 7th position. Battling with Zach Casey. Ito gets around. Going up a little bit high there, leaving the door open for Casey. Casey down to the bottom line. Colin Matiak in this mix. Great little race going on right now. Ito up on the outside line, losing some positions. Stephen Miller now gets by. Lucas Sinfiner on the bottom line here, trying to get by Alexander Meshkov. Meshkov had some damage earlier in the race and has really not been able to bounce back. He's now back to the 10th position. Almeida here running away from the field as these guys battling it out. This is for P2. Aratunian needs these guys to stay in line. These guys just figured out, stay in line here. They can run down Ricardo Almeida. Almeida now has a pretty good lead on these guys. 2.4 seconds is that lead. As long as those guys stay nose to tail, they should be all right. Dennis Lisenko has really kind of dropped off the pace there. He has lost the draft with those guys and now finds himself back in the 5th position. Beshrikov running in the 3rd spot. And again, how content is he going to be to run behind Georgi Aratunian? Aratunian there running out of room, and he makes contact with the wall. Big time problems for Georgi Aratunian. Big time problems for Georgi Aratunian. Artivieta makes that pass. Georgi Aratunian, he might have ran out of room. Watch this as Beshrikov to the inside, and Georgi Aratunian misses this turn. He is way up the track there and smacks the wall in the short chute. He is in big trouble now. So Artivieta here, he makes pass. You see Aratunian making contact with the wall, and Artivieta there slipping through. There might have been contact. Nowhere to go. That's exactly what Ricardo Almeida needs to see. 3.4 second lead now. .85 laps in. Ricardo Almeida. He had to slug it out to get back to the race lead, and he is there. 3.5 second lead over Nikolai Beshrikov. Artivieta is in 3rd. Georgi Aratunian now back to the 4th position. Lisenko in 5th. Lisenko starting to climb up here and close in on Georgi Aratunian. Aratunian definitely dealing with a wounded race car right now. On board here with Dennis Lisenko running in the 5th position. Running in P4. Closing in on Aratunian. Rinaldi Ito and Sergei Butsev here battling it out. Butsev right now is in the 11th position, 1 lap down, but closing in on Rinaldi Ito. This battle is not for position here. Stephen Miller. Now Stephen Miller is 1 lap down, running in the 9th position. Take a look at that battle for the second position as Bezrikov has P2, Artevieta in P3. Here on lap 87, Ricardo Almeida. Our race leader. He's got a 3.9 second lead over Bezrikov, now 4 seconds. Vieta might have a little bit of damage from an earlier incident. Not really a factor now. And he has a little older tires as well. Running in third. Can he hold on to that third place position? Four-second lead for Ricardo Almeida. Alexander Meshkov and Lucas Simpfner battling it out here late in the race. Meshkov to the high line, Simpfner down on the bottom line. Meshkov going to try to pull off this pass using the high line and getting the run off the turn. Meshkov now up to 9th. Lucas Simpfner back to 10th. Take a look at Georgi Aratunian here running in the 4th position. He has got Artur Vieta just in front of him. Georgi Aratunian's caught up to Artur Vieta. Vieta is going to have to probably give up that position here. Is Aratunian a lot faster? Vieta, I know, on older tires. Dennis Lysenko in this mix too. Aratunian to the bottom line here to try to take over that position. He pulls off that pass. Now in 3rd is Georgi Aratunian. He needs a lot of help. He's going to need a late race caution flag to try to get back up here and battle Ricardo Almeida. Vieta makes contact with the wall. Dennis Lysenko, he's closing in. Lysenko down to the bottom line. Vieta, I don't think, is going to fight him too hard here after making contact with the wall. And Lysenko pulls off that pass. Vieta back to 5th. Lysenko in 4th. Almeida 4.2 second lead here on lap 91. Bezrikov in 2nd. Aratunian 3rd. Lysenko 4th. Vieta now 5th. Take a look at Zach Munkasey. He has had an eventful race here. He's running in the 7th position. He trying to close in on that Bardelli Jr. and Artur Vieta. Bardelli Jr. here running with Colin Matiak. Now Matiak actually 1 lap down, running in the 11th position. Well, this is exactly what Ricardo Almeida wants to see. Clear track ahead and nobody in his rear view mirror. Here on lap 92, Ricardo Almeida. He has had to work to get to this spot. He had a lot of competition, and those guys got racy there on the restart. He got out ahead of these guys on the pit stop. And those guys got racy, and he was able to pull away. Now 4.5 second lead. You know, the best news for him is that those guys strung out there, and they're not really drafting with each other anymore. So he is smooth sailing. He's got Nikolai Bezrikov 4.5 seconds back. So we'll take a look at there. Ricardo Almeida, Nikolai Bezrikov. And that gap here on lap 94. The gap continuing to grow. Take a look at the Colin Matiak here running in the 11th position. Again, got sort of tangled up there a little bit earlier and had some damage. Ian Bardelli Jr. getting after it. Now Bardelli Jr. actually running in the 6th position, trying to make that pass on the outside line of Colin Madiak. We'll take a look at Georgi Arutunian here. He is running in P3. He is 8.5 seconds behind the race leader. Almeida continuing to stretch out that lead now, 4.7 seconds over Bezrikov. Lysenko closing in here on Georgi Arutunian for the 3rd position. Lysenko running in 4th. He is closing in a hurry. 5 laps to go. Coming down the backstretch, Ricardo Almeida. This was one he definitely checked that he wanted to see. Late race pit stop for Arthur Vieira. I knew he stayed out. He gambled. He expected there'd be a caution flag, and it would have paid off for him, I think. But not going to happen for him. Will Dunbar here running in the 13th position. Stephen Miller in 12th. Will having a pretty good night here in the IndyCars, running in P13. Sergei Butsev just behind him in the 14th spot. Lucas Simfner just ahead, in line, actually running in 8th. Meshkov making a late race pit stop here as well. He's on pit lane. Now I got to wonder here, do some of these other guys actually have to come down pit lane here? Not hearing anything on the radio. Across the start-finish line, we'll have 3 laps to go. Ricardo Almeida, 4.8 second lead over Nikolai Bezrikov. Georgi Arutunian in 3rd. Denis Lysenko in the 4th position. Lysenko trying to do everything he can to pick up another spot here, looking ahead at Georgi Arutunian. Lysenko running in P4 in this team car. Georgi Arutunian running in P3. Trying to do everything he can to close in, and he is closing in on Georgi Arutunian. Georgi a little bit better coming off the turn, though. Two laps to go for Ricardo Almeida. Bezrikov second, 4-second lead now. And Almeida may be in fuel save mode here. 3.7 second lead. He may be in a little bit of fuel save mode. So that lead has been cut pretty significantly. Does he have enough fuel to make it to the end? That's the question now. He is backing this up a lot. 3.5 second lead. Crossing the start finish line. Is he playing a little cat mouse? 3.3 second now. Bezrikov closing in. Going for it here. Arutunian in 3rd. Lysenko 4th. Down the backstretch is Almeida. Does he have enough fuel to be able to make it to the end? 3.2 second lead. And I think he's going to be able to do it here coming off the turn. As long as he's got a little bit of fuel, he's going to be all right. Coming off turn 4. Ricardo Almeida, 3-second lead over Bezrikov, and Ricardo Almeida is going to come away with the race win here at Indy. Bezrikov is going to finish in the 2nd position. Georgi Arutunian finishes in 3rd. Denis Lysenko finishes in the 4th position. How about that? Another win for Ricardo Almeida. So congratulations to Ricardo on getting the win here at Indy. I don't see him pumping his fist in there. So congratulations to Ricardo Almeida getting the win here at Indy. So a heck of a run there for him. Guy just continuing to win, stringing them together. Here in the IndyCar Series. We'll take a look at the final results here tonight. Ricardo Almeida comes away with the win there. Nikolai Bezhikov finishes second. Georgi Aratunian finishes in the third position. Dennis Lisenko holds on for the fourth place finish. Claudio Bardelli Jr., good top 5 run for him. Zachman Casey finishes in the sixth position. Rinaldi Ito in his first race out finishes in seventh. Lucas Symphony eighth. Artur Vieta finishes in the ninth position after making a late race pit stop. Colin Madiak finishes in 10th in the 67 car. Finishing in the 11th position is Will Dunbar in the 69 car. Stephen Miller finishes in 12th. He had to do a late race pit stop as well. Alexander Meshkov, another one of those guys that had to pit late, finishes in the 13th position. Sergei Butsev finishes in 14th. Givaldo Spindola finishes in the 15th position. Danilo Coelho 16th. Eugene Zaglotko 17th. And Dennis Utigen finishes in the 18th position. So actually ended up being a pretty good race there. We had a little bit of caution flags there early on, but we got that sort of worked out and made a very interesting race. So we'll see if we can't get Ricardo Almeida back up here in the booth with us, so getting that win at Indy. So we're waiting on Ricardo Almeida to take his drink of milk here, the Indy milk. All right, Ricardo Almeida once again joining us up here in the booth. Did you get the milk?
That's why I just asked that to Will. Where's my milk?
Well, what a race there. I had to be wondering, were you trying to save gas there at the end because you were kind of backing it up there a little bit?
I don't know why, but usually this setup, I can run like full throttle all the time. And for any reason, this week, since I catch like 25-30 laps, the rear starts dancing a little bit, so I don't want to take chances, and I just lift a little bit just to make sure. I really don't know why, because usually this setup, it was flat out all the way, so I don't know.
Well, you had a really good four-way battle there for quite a while in this race. Aratunian, Bezrikov as well, and
Lysenko and
Lysenko.
And
man, those guys really made you earn it today.
Oh yeah, at one point I was fourth, and I'm catching, but since the guy is in front at drafting, I cannot draft the guy in front of me, so I have to wait the little mistakes to pass them. At one point, I was the seventh car or sixth car. I don't remember. Saying, "Whoa, that's a lot of work." But at the beginning of the run, setup was good. I can follow easily. Problem is when cars drafting each other in front, they got a lot of speed, and even if I draft, I got more speed, but they got a lot of speed too, so I cannot pass them. So yeah, very interesting. But clean air, on the clean air, it was good.
What a fun race too. I mean, I kind of feared that we were going to have our typical double-digit cautions, but we had a few, and we seemed to have some good long green flag runs. Probably not enough to have green flag pit stops, obviously, but still, it was good to see some long green flag runs. I'm guessing you probably agree with that.
Like 25 to go, I'm praying, come on guys, you can do it. No yellows, no yellow, because I lost the Indy last year because of that. So I was that, because on restarts, they hit me like I was stopped. Every restart they pass me. Oh boy, if there's a restart, I'm done. So I'm praying. Okay, 15 laps. Come on, guys. Good job. 10 laps. Good job, guys. 5 laps. Let's go, guys. You can do it. Finally, no yellows. So I'm very happy for that.
And Indy too. One I definitely think that when you look at a schedule there, you got to say, man, that's one I really want to win.
Oh, it is. It is. That's the crown jewel.
And then that's your fifth win of the season, and obviously a big one. But points-wise, not any bigger than the other one. The way that we do the points battle here, but definitely bringing yourself further up the charts there, or separating yourself from P2 in points. Got to feel pretty comfortable coming in here to races 8, 9, and 10.
Yes. Well, for championship, I think it's pretty much done. Only if I got big bad luck, like today there's some storms in the area, so I was scared about that. Apparently they're supposed to be right when we race, but my son told me no, they changed that, so it's a little bit later. So okay, that's good. But we never know, lost connection, things like that, and that's it. You're done. But yeah, was good.
Well, looking at the schedule, you got Phoenix next week. Really a very unique track. How do you feel about Phoenix and then Kansas and Richmond after that? But Phoenix is the next one on the grid.
Usually Phoenix, it was one of my favorites. So yeah, I'm waiting for Phoenix.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Enjoy the win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. Have a nice weekend.
You too. All right, that's Ricardo Almeida up here in the booth with us. Another win for the 28 car. And that team clicking on all cylinders. And this was, as he mentioned, one that he definitely wanted to see. In his is on his mantle was that trophy from Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So congratulations to him on getting a great win. And really, I think all in all, very interesting race too, guys. Especially up front, was very, very interesting. And I think also when you start looking at that Claudio Bardelli Jr., that Zachman Casey battle, they were swapping positions for quite a while too. And, hats off to the drivers. They did a very good job. We had a couple of accidents there to sort of make things interesting, but nonetheless did a great job of keeping those things on the track and finishing under green, which is exactly what we want to see. My next goal is to make sure that we have a long enough runs here where we start having green flag pit stops. That's going to be really, really interesting to make these guys pit under green. But don't forget, coming up next week, we'll be at Atlanta Motor Speedway in a High Octane Racing League Bushwhacker Series. It's the first race of the new season, Season 3, headed your way, 100 laps from Hot Atlanta in the Bushwhacker Series, coming up on Friday, June the 11th. I want to say thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on the YouTube channel. Man, we finally had a good race here under the belts. We had a great one. How about that, man? Listen, thank you for coming in and watching the race tonight. I'm very happy the way this turned out. It was a lot of fun to broadcast this race. Again, a few caution flags to mix it up there a little bit, and we had a busy chat session too. So I appreciate the guys coming in here and joining me in chat tonight and making things lively. Looks like Michael Brooks did a lot of chatting. What? Michael Brooks doing a lot of chatting? No way. No way. Good to see Michael. Always a treat to visit with him and those guys from Sim Racing Mania too. I saw Thomas Goldwolm in here as well earlier. So appreciate those guys coming in and watching the race here tonight. All right, boys and girls, that's going to do it for me here on TurnLeftTV. And until next time, you know what that means. I am